Hey, Katrina here from Scrappy Horses. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So nice to have you here. Today I am working on a little cute festive bag for my friend. We all know that 2026 is the year of the horse, so I'm wanting to take just a little something to her when I see her. So I thought I'm going to just put a cute little box together and just put a little pair of socks in there and some cocoa, just little fun things. All right, so let's get started on this box. The box is from Close to My Heart Art Philosophy. The little pony is from Ellen, and the snowy village down here is from Snow Angel. So let's go see if we can find these things, and I'll show you how to bring them in. I'm going to come on down. All I'm doing is scrolling down my page here. There we go. And let's go to images. And I want a box. Now, I happen to know that this box is from Art Philosophy. So I can just go to Image Sets, type in Art Philosophy. Here it is. Now I can come over here to where it says search, and I can type in box. And there it is. I'm going to say add to canvas. Down here, added, and I want to view it. And there it is. All right. Let's just start there. Now, this all popped up over here, and I don't need any of this. This is just showing me more box options or bag options. So I'm going to click the caret and make it go away. So if you're working with 12 by 12 paper, this box, it won't work this way. But this is the size I need for my gift. So how am I going to make that happen? Okay, here's how we're going to make it happen. So first of all I'm going to do is bring in a shape, a square. I know that my gift is 4 by 4. All right. So this is a little bigger than 4 by 4, and that's okay. I know I needed at least 4 by 4 to make it fit in my bag. So I'm going to take my square down now. I'm going to bring it down here. This actually looks pretty good, doesn't it? All right, so the first thing we're going to do is hide the contours. These are little cut marks. So I'm going to come to contour. I'm going to say hide all contours. Now, I want this contour and I want this one. I want these cut out. Now I have what I want. Apply. Now I'm going to pull in another square. I'm going to bring this square in and make it bigger than this part of the box. Let's move it to the back. I right click, send to back. And I'm going to get this lined up so that it is right on this point. Now you're saying, well, I can't see it well enough. Okay, get rid of this. Now pump this up, and now we can see much better. We can see if this line right here is going straight through there. We can bump it even bigger. Keeping in mind that really all we need to see is where this line is, and we want it to go straight through there. That looks pretty good. Remember, if you want to move it just a tiny bit, you can always use the arrows on your keyboard. I think right there is where I like it. Now we can move this out. It's at 150. Let's back it off to about 100. And let's select the 2 and let's slice it. And there you go. Now you can get rid of all of this. So I'm going to delete it. Now you're thinking, okay, now we have part of a box. I don't understand. Well, we're going to duplicate this. All right, so we're going to come over here, duplicate. Now, all we have to do is we're just going to adhere it together using those tabs. So we'll have a fold line, these will fold, and we can just put it together. Let's put in those fold lines. So we need this. Again, let's open this up so we can see, because we can no longer see everything. So close this. There we go. Now I want to go ahead. And you know what? We can get rid of this again because we're not ready to duplicate it really. We're going to take this and we're going to line it up on that fold. Again, we can move it to the center and we can bump. So you can see exactly where that is. Now, let's duplicate it. Right click, duplicate. We're going to go ahead and rotate it. So we'll wait for the little curve. See the curve? Rotate 90. Bring this in. I want it right above that split right there, or right at the split, I should say. See the little pink lines show up? This is where our pink lines can be advantageous. I'm going to just scooch that down like 1 or 2 so that it's laying right on top of that. And again, we can make it even bigger and see. That looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and attach that. The attach over here. Let's back off now. Make it smaller. Oh, we needed one more score. Let's go ahead and detach. Now let's pick this score line up and let's duplicate it. We're going to do the same thing here. We're going to line it up right on that V again. See where we have it lined up right here? It's right at the edge here. It's a little bit tall. There we go. Let's make it a little smaller now. Let's sweep over the entire project and all 3 score lines. Right, project 1, 2, 3 score lines. Attach. Make it smaller. And there's our box. Now we right click and we duplicate. And there it is. All right. So now when we put this together, that's where it will adhere. Then we'll fold on all the fold lines and it will adhere around, and there's our box. Let's find our pony. All right. So let's go to Images right over here. Let's type in Shetland pony. And right there he is. I'm going to left click. And there's that little cutie from Ellen. Let's bring him down here. And then we had Snowy Village. So let's type in Snowy Village. All right, well, let's go to an advanced search, because we don't want to spend all day looking. We also know that it's in an image set called Snow Angel. So let's just do that. There's Snow Angel. Let's just type up, right there it is, number 1. You know, this is an old cartridge, but it is so cute. And with Print and Cut, you know, we really could be revisiting this for a lot of really cute projects. So anyway, let's go back. Let's choose that. Let's add it to Canvas. Let's view that. And there it is. All right. Now I'm going to bring this down. It's not going to print and cut on my box. My box is too big for a print and cut. but it definitely can print right down in there, and I can put a little border around the top of the box, and that's going to be adorable. So this is the size I would like, about 403 by 403. All right, I'm going to bring this down. Here's my little pony. That is just too cute. He looks like something right out of a storybook. Now, again, we're pretty small, hard to see. Let's get rid of this. There, that makes it better. Let's bring our little pony over here now. Let's see how big we can, let's move him to the front by right click, bring to front. Let's see how big we can get him to make him fit here still. Oh, that's kind of cute, like he's in the foreground and these houses are pretty far back. A little itty bitty tree there, but that's okay. All right, let's scoop over everything, sweep over it all. Let's come over here where it says flatten, flatten. Now we can print this, all right? So this is a pretty simple box. We can cut the box any color we like. Let's back off again before we talk about this too much. So now let's come up and let's just sweep over all of this for a minute, and let's group it and let's hide it. There we go. And let's go down to what we're actually going to work with. We've got our box pieces and we've got our print then cut. So you can see that my maker is not turned on. See how it's a red dot up there? So I need to turn it on. I've clicked it again now that my maker is on, and now you can see the dot turns green because I am now connected. All right, now we can make it. The first thing we need to do is choose our material size. I am working with an 8.5 by 11, which came up for me. I'm going to just scooch this up to the very top there. And I'm going to hit continue. That's a left click. Send to printer. I'm just going to go ahead and say next. Now, I like to use my system dialog for this. So I'm going to click that and I'm going to click print. Now, here's where I can choose which printer I want. I'm using my Epson. I'm going to print in color. I would like this to be my best quality print for this little box. And now I'm going to click print. Now it is going to show us your print should look like the preview shown here. What you want to look at is right up here. This corner right here is just a part of a square, they're right angles, right? This little right angle has a little dot or something up there. That's the one that's going to go in your upper left-hand corner for your cutting. So when you place it on the mat, this goes in your upper left-hand corner. I've inserted the mat into my Cricut. I'm going to click done. I'm going to click medium cardstock. And now I can click my flashing light. Now I can unload my mat and I'm ready to go on to the box front or back. Now, when you're choosing your paper or your cardstock for this bag, remember, you have to have 2 pieces of matching cardstock, okay? So just a little heads up on that one. I need to go ahead and edit my tools at this point because I use a scoring stylus. So I click that and apply. If you're using a single scoring wheel, you would click that, but I use a scoring stylus. So I'm going to hit apply. And now I'll be cutting these 2 pieces. All of my pieces have print and cut, so I can click done. And it takes me back to my home screen. All right, let's head on over to the craft table and let's put this together. Of course, if there are any comments or questions about this part of the video, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm always happy to reach back out to you and do my best to answer and help in any way I can. All right, off to the craft table we go, and let's put this little box together. Here we are at the craft table. I'm going to go ahead and put some nice sharp creases in. I'm going to just fold up along those score lines, pressing down. I think the secret to a good box or bag is just getting those nice and crisp and sharp. And that will make it fold really nicely, and it'll make the box fit together nicely. I'm going to go ahead and add some double score tape right along those creases. Over the double score tape, I'm going to add Fabric-Tac. I do this because if I get something misaligned, I can fix it. Here you can see I really messed up. I got that bottom folded up in there. Oops. No problem. It was very easy to pull out because the Fabric-Tac gave me a few seconds to fix that. Right, here comes the second section. I'm going to go ahead, add that to the tab, and again, fold over. You want to be sure you line it up just outside of that crease, and that'll give you a nice fold. All right, let's come into the bottom now. Add our double score tape, again, a little bit of Fabric-Tac, and let's close it up. And I will also be sort of pressing down from the inside. Next, I'm going to come along with my Fabric-Tac along the top of the bag. I'm going to adhere some ribbon here. This ribbon is from Close to My Heart. I'm just going along the top here and just pressing it down. Very simple. Now, it is going to show a seam here when we come around, but that's not a problem because we're going to cover that up with a button, and you're not going to see where the wraparound happens. Let's go get that button and some embroidery floss, also from Close to My Heart. And I'm going to just go ahead and thread the embroidery floss through the button and tie it off here with 3 little knots. Cut it off and adhere it to the bag. The only thing left after that is to get that double score tape, a little more Fabric-Tac, and put that adorable little Shetland pony scene on the front of this bag. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making this bag. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was just so little and so cute. Any comments or questions, leave them below. I am more than happy to get back to you. Also, I want to let you know I made this bag for the Outlaws Anything But a Card Challenge. We would love for you to join us. Anything goes except greeting cards. No greeting cards. But anything else you've been working on, please share with us. We'd love to see it. Have a wonderful week. I'll catch up with you in the next video. Bye.